confidence is very important.
Uh-huh.
I know for human beings, be it
Uh-huh.
we are in professional front or personal study. It's very, very important.
Okay.
Because without confidence, I think we can't do anything.
As you can see on the screen, your confident personality brings you the highest joy. And that's really true. Most of the people live in insecurities. Yeah, Sandeep Bhaiya.
But I think confidence is very much required because if you are not confident enough, then you are not able to express what actually you want to convey. So I
Got it.
think
Hmm. Got it. Point taken. You're not able to convey your message properly if you're not confident enough. You live in insecurities, you feel inferior, you hold yourself back. And as you can see, your confident personality brings you the highest joy. I have a request to make. Please mute. All of you, please mute. Mute. On your computer screen, please mute. Press the mute button. Done? Got it. So let's begin with the confidence. Confidence is the sexiest thing, is the hardest thing to wear. If you're confident, you tend to remain happier. You accept all these challenges happily in life. In spite of all the sufferings, you're ready to show the courage. In spite of all the fears, you're ready to move the mountains. That's what confidence can do to you. So we are going to discuss few scientific, psychological, and other strategies so that you could be more and more and more confident. So let's begin with the good news. The good news is that your brain is plastic. Your brain is literally plastic. If some of you have been underconfident since your childhood, no worries. You have self-destructive thoughts, no worries. You can rewire your brain because your brain is plastic. That's, I believe, one of the greatest discoveries of 21st century, that our brain is plastic. We can rewire our brain, and we'll try our best to rewire our brain in today's session. So let's get the ball rolling.
please don't say so.
Okay, got it. So
Because what
30, your wife, yeah. I'm interested.
my wife is my wife has got my wife has got the habit of throwing plastic away from home.
Your wife has got this scary habit to throw the plastic away from home. Huh? Don't worry, she won't throw away your brain. Okay, so 13 hacks to be confident every time, everywhere. I need you to jot down all the important points, to ask me the question in the middle of the presentation, perhaps after 6-7 points. I will have Q&A round for a couple of minutes. Then we'll have Q&A round again at the end of the presentation. Don't ask me anything in between, so that we could continue with the presentation freely. 13 hacks to be confident everywhere, every time. Let's begin with the first thing: rational versus irrational fear. What is rational fear? Tiger is standing right in front of you and you're supposed to get afraid. That's a rational fear. Bus is coming towards you. You're supposed to step aside. That's a rational fear. You are in the middle of jungle and there are wild animals and you feel itchy. You feel afraid. That's a rational fear. Irrational fear: you have got knowledge, you have practiced enough, still you're afraid, you don't want to do the things, you keep holding yourself back every time. There is a stage waiting for you. You know, public speaking gives us great exposure, great opportunity. There's a stage waiting for you, but you're holding yourself back. Irrational fear. You know this is not scary, no harm is going to come to you. Irrational fear. But why do we have irrational fears? Look at the magic of this universe. Universe has given us these irrational fears, these sufferings intentionally. Why? So that we could work as a catalyst. Remember in one of the sessions, we were discussing about the overman, the uberman. We have to be catalyst. The future human has to be better. So that's why we have irrational fears. Whenever we have irrational fears, we are afraid of public speaking or we are afraid of other things. Universe is just trying to communicate. There's a time to improve. There's a time to take a step, son. So do something about it. So that's why we have irrational fear. Now, one by one, we'll be discussing the strategies. But before that, let me tell you this. There are trained people and there are untrained people. Man on Fire, as you can see in the first pick, wonderful movie, Denzel Washington. You can watch this movie on Amazon Prime. I really love this movie, especially this dialogue in the movie. Denzel Washington is training this kid. You can see the kid with Denzel Washington, right? Denzel Washington is training this kid. This kid wants to be a wonderful swimmer, and she's not able to win. And she starts feeling inferior. Now she's nervous, she's itchy. And she tells Denzel Washington that perhaps I won't be able to win. Denzel Washington says, listen to me. No need to get scared, no need to get itchy. There are trained people and there are untrained people. That's it, period. There are trained people and there are untrained people. And confidence is a skill. It's a skill. You need to hone it continuously. It means you're going to train yourself every day throughout the life, because there are trained people and there are untrained people. Trained people do remarkable things. Untrained people are mostly procrastinators. They want to do so many things, but they are not able to do. Or perhaps they drown themselves in self-destructive thoughts. So that's why they are not able to do things. In the second pick, we have Venus Williams, one of the greatest tennis players. I still remember her interview. She was saying, look, at times I don't feel like training, but I don't feel like losing either. That's why I train myself every day. And I've been training for 30 years. My God, 30 years. Somebody has been training herself for 30 years. You can imagine the kind of skills somebody will develop, right? Now in the third pick, you can see me. It's the pick of 2008, a scary guy with a flawed body language. I'm in party, I'm a bit intoxicated. Here, I'm attending a function of my cousin and I'm a bit intoxicated. You can see my dressing sense. I must say dress sense. You can see my dress sense and the body language and the facial expressions. I never smiled properly during those days. I used to swagger my grandiose, but that was nothing. That was a flawed thing.
You look like Abhay Deol.
I look like Red Label?
Abhay Deol.
Abhay Deol. I thought you were saying I look like Red Label. Abhay Deol. Yeah, thank you so much. At least I look like something. So I was highly untrained during that period. Highly untrained. No confidence, no communication, no body language, no dress sense, absolutely nothing. So as I've been repeatedly saying, there are trained people and there are untrained people, and confidence is a skill. We need to hone it continuously. And that brings us to a third point, because once we start training ourselves, we are going to have this fear of being judged. In the pick, these guys are Wright brothers, so-called fathers of airplane, right? It is believed that they invented airplanes. Now, let me tell you something bad about judgment. Whether you're doing something or you're not doing something, you're going to be judged. So it's better to do something. Stop living the life of other people. If you simply keep listening to your opinion and keep reacting and keep getting worried, you're just living their life. If you've got to live your own life, you're going to take yourself beyond this fear of judgment, the way Wright brothers did. They had two situations, two sorts of groups. First group, who always say no to everybody. We might have come across such people. They're naysayers. They say no to everything, every time. You take a new idea, you discuss a new idea, they say, no, this is not possible. What the hell are you talking about? Really? Oh, come on, this is absolutely impossible. That's what they say. Then they had to face second mysterious group, Wright brothers, second mysterious group. And this group was a believer of science. Wow. Still they were saying no. They were believer of science. They were saying about law of gravity. So what law of gravity does, it pulls everything. Then they said it's impossible. You cannot fly anything because it will be pulled. It will be pulled. It's impossible. Now you know, we are flying. We can go everywhere. In fact, we can go in the space, right? We have reached on moon. We have sent certain things on Mars. So we have done remarkable things because very, very few people thought beyond this fear of judgment. Even if you're doing something or you're not doing anything, you will always be judged. It's your decision now what to do about it. Next thing. Okay, now we are slowly heading towards strategies. Here you can see I've written break the chain. But break the chain of what? Let's say something has happened to us in our childhood. We have been feeling inferior because of some incident, or we had this bad experience in public speaking, or we were rejected in some interview. So we continue that loop. You understand loop? That rotation of destructive thoughts. Whenever we have to face some challenge, all those thoughts come again. Oh my God, on that particular day, you failed. You couldn't speak English, or you couldn't face interview, or you couldn't face all those challenging things. I personally believe we won't be able to do this again. And we never break the chain. We remain in the loop of these destructive thoughts all the time. We remain in the loop all the time. That's what I'm saying. You need to break the chain. Do not get carried away with your self-destructive thoughts. It is really important. You need to break the chain, and I'm going to tell you how. This next slide. Just read this properly. This very moment, we can change our lives. There was never a moment, and never will be, when we are without the power to alter our destiny. Let me tell you, if you're waiting for some special moment in your life, bad news is the special moment will never come. Whatever you have is now, is the present moment. Remember this, you can only control the controllables. You can only control the controllables. You cannot control tsunami, tornadoes, volcanoes. You can only control the controllables. And what you can control? The present moment you have. So you got to break the chain, and you got to do something. This can be teeny tiny productive thing just to break this chain of self-destructive thoughts. Just teeny tiny thing to break the chain, because the present moment is the only moment we have. The present moment will decide our future. The present moment is the most powerful, and we give least value to present moment. You understand this? You can only become confident by doing certain things, by breaking certain things, by using certain strategies. Now we are slowly moving towards strategies, like what all things you can do every day in your office, in your home, to be more confident. So the next slide. One of the very important strategies, you got to jot it down, take your time, create your second self, alter ego. Why? Let me tell you why. Because the real me, let me tell you about real me. The real me is lazy. The real me wants to sit on the couch and binge watch throughout the day. That's real me. So I was not able to do certain things. I was not able to fight certain weaknesses. Then I read this strategy. This was suggested by Cicero. Cicero said, if you're not able to fight certain weaknesses of yours, then create a second self, the second personality of you inside your head, right? The alter ego. So what happens? We need second self to shape new pattern of our thoughts and behavior. You need to get rid of these thoughts, the self-destructive thoughts, the procrastination, the irrational fear. And if you're not able to do something about it, you can create a second self, the alter ego. Why? So that you could shape new pattern of thoughts and behavior. The construction of second self starts by emulating. Emulating means imitating the personalities with heroic attitude. Okay, what do I want to say here? I admire, in terms of philosophy, Friedrich Nietzsche. I admire Isaac Newton. In terms of business, I admire Steve Jobs. In terms of marketing, I admire Mata Hari. Innovative businessman, Elon Musk. I admire for more logical philosophy, Aristotle. Now I wanted to create my alter ego. So I wrote down all the important personality traits of these guys. Are you understanding the point? I wanted to create a new path for myself. So I wrote down all the important personality traits of these guys, and I wanted to walk the same path, not the same destination. I wanted to walk the same path. Why? Because that was my second self. So whenever my real self stops me, I've developed this alter ego. So my alter ego reminds me, what the hell are you doing, man? You're holding yourself back. You're procrastinating. Do something. So this second self keeps inspiring me all the time. As I've written here, use your second self as a healthy means of escapism. It means if you're not able to escape these thoughts of yours, destructive thoughts, use second self. The next slide will solve the purpose. What I've written, write out character sketch of your second self. What I want to say here, all the personality traits you want in you, write everything down. In your second self, all the personality traits you want and all the personality traits you have seen in your heroes. Choose your heroes wisely in your second self and imitate them wisely. Are you understanding the kind of struggles they went through, how they tackled sufferings, how they tackled challenges in their life? Why? Because you're trying to create your second self, alter ego. It's just for alter ego. If you're able to tackle your real self, then no problem. You don't have to create second self. Then original you is fine. But if there are certain things, there are certain challenges, you've tried so many things, you're not able to find certain weaknesses, and these weaknesses are stopping you, then create second self. I believe you have understood the strategy. Next slide. After this slide, I'll take QA. Don't sell yourself short. Do not sell yourself short. What do I want to say here? What do I want to say? Write one more thing. Confidence comes by taking actions every day. If you have this sense of achievement, you feel more confident. So many people are underconfident because they believe they have underachieved in life. That's why they are underconfident. So if you're achieving small things, it can be the smallest things. If you're achieving certain things every day, you're becoming more confident. Don't sell yourself short. Instant gratification. We cannot sell ourselves to entertaining things unnecessarily. Entertainment is important, but we cannot binge watch all the time. Once in a while, it's fine, but we cannot binge watch all the time. We cannot use Facebook all the time. We cannot use Insta all the time. So we cannot sell ourselves short. Instant gratification. Never ever sell yourself short for this temporary happiness. Because if you're looking for temporary happiness, the permanent happiness will never come. And confidence will never come because ultimately, eventually, you'll end up underachieving. The second slide in this will clear everything. Time is the most precious of the resources. Once spent, it can never be recovered. Time is the biggest wealth. More than money, more than everything. And none of us can never know our remaining balance. That's what we do. When we sell ourselves short, we are wasting our time. And this time can never be recovered. The purpose is, as I said, confidence comes by taking actions every day. But if we are busy in selling ourselves short, we won't be able to become confident. We'll end up underachieving. That's the point here. So time is the most precious of the resources. Once spent, it can never be recovered, and none of us can never know our remaining balance. Wow, I really like this. Whenever I start wasting my time, I remember these lines. These lines are there in my phone everywhere. I have got a wallpaper as well. Not a wallpaper, a chart in my room. The same things are written. I want to remind myself, time is the most precious of the resources. Once spent, it can never be recovered. And none of us can never know our remaining balance. And this keeps inspiring me. Okay, since we have discussed 6 things, now question, unmute yourself. And if somebody has a question, please ask me a question. Otherwise, I'll continue. Whoever has a question, unmute. I'll wait for a few seconds, 10, 15 seconds. If you guys don't ask, I'll continue. Then we can take few questions at the end of the presentation.
Can you explain more about second self? Like there were one slide where there were some characteristics. How to like emulating those.
Sure. So what I wanted to say, I've opened the slide again, as you can see. What I wanted to say, like let's say you want to be an optimist, right? You want to be optimistic personality. So perhaps you can jot it down. Okay, optimistic personality. You want to be out of the box thinker. So what I've written here, write out character sketch of your second self. Whatever you want to see in your own second self, the personality traits, write it down. So I've just used this image as a reference. Write it down, your own personality traits, whatever you want in your second self. Like here, original, it means original thinker, oracle, outspoken, objective, out of the box, optimistic, open-minded, observant. This is just for a hint. It doesn't mean you have to copy all these things. What I want to say, whatever you want in your second self, perhaps more discipline, perhaps more financial discipline, perhaps better public speaking, perhaps better communication, so you can jot down all the things. Writing down is really important. It impacts our brain. If we jot down important ideas, it impacts our brain. That was the purpose. Got it?
Yep.
Think about it. If you still have a doubt, we'll discuss at the end of the presentation. Any other question? Okay, so please mute. Greece. Ancient Greece has done wonders. They produce so many intellectuals and they produce festivals. So why they introduce festival? Why they introduce one god, god of dance, god of wine, Dionysus. So this was a divine figure, god of dance and wine. And these Greeks used to believe that if you are not able to dance like stupid, if you're not able to laugh like stupid, you can never ever achieve nirvana, the highest form of confidence. Now let's imagine you're dancing like stupid. You're not thinking about people. You're just dancing, dick chick, 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 right? And few more guys have joined you. Then few more guys have joined you. Then the entire world has joined you. Greeks used to believe this is the highest and highest form of confidence. But today what has happened? Dance has become the stylish thing. We want to impress people. If we simply want to impress people all the time, we cannot attain the highest form of confidence. If you want to attain the highest form of confidence, Greeks used to believe at times, not every day, everywhere, at times just dance like crazy. Even if you don't want to dance in front of people, dance alone, but dance like crazy. Video record yourself. You'll feel this nirvana, at least for some time. And then laugh. Laughter is the best medicine. It has multiple health benefits, and they used to laugh. They used to laugh in these festivals. Wine, laughter, dance in these festivals. The only purpose was to make people more and more social and confident. So they had this ritual earlier. In fact, they introduced a god, as I told you. God of dance, god of wine, Dionysus. Then I've written, be shameless but sensibly. Okay, my definition of confidence. Who's a confident person? Confident person is a shameless but sensibly. I'm not telling you to strip. I'm telling you to be shameless, sensibly. Do what you got to do. That's it. Don't kill people legally. Do what you got to do. You want to do skydiving? Go and do skydiving. You want to dance? You're attending some function. There's a dance floor, but nobody's dancing, but you want to dance. So don't wait for the people. You just go and start dancing. You won't look foolish. You'll appear as very much confident person. That's the erroneous perception of this world, that if you're dancing alone on the dance floor, you'll appear foolish. No, what's the purpose of a dance floor? To dance. So you want to appear foolish. Be shameless but sensibly. That's what I do. I do what I gotta do, and this gives me confidence. I don't care much about people. I'm not saying don't care about society at all, but if you want to do something, just do what you gotta do. In a spur of the moment, just do what you gotta do. Be shameless sensibly. Dance like crazy and laugh like crazy. On the count of 3, we're gonna laugh. I'll show some experiment. On the count of 3, please unmute yourself. We want to laugh. We are going to laugh here. Unmute guys, unmute. On the count of 3. Whosoever doesn't laugh will be kicked out of the session. लोग रोने के लिए बता रोना चाहते, टेंशन चाहिए उन्हें, मजा आता है. हंसने के लिए कहो, क्यों हंसू? कोई कारण भी तो होना चाहिए. अबे तो रो क्यों रहा है? रोने के भी तो 36 कारण ढूंढ लिए, तो हंस भी ले. And whenever I tell people to laugh, oh my God, this is so difficult. This is the best medicine. On the count of 3, are you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Some of the guys have hidden themselves. I cannot see them. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Hey.
Oh, come on, laugh. Come on, laugh. I want to see everybody laugh. Laugh. Oh, Saurav is laughing. Good to see you laughing, man.
Now I actually feel like laughing.
चलो लेकिन अब बस बस बहुत हो गया ओ बस
My parents will think he's stoned.
he has gone berserk. My son is retarded because of this Rocky. Screw him.
Probably he's stoned.
He's possessed. Why are you taking session from him? Screw him, man. Now you might have observed one thing. All of a sudden, your mood has got better, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And people don't use these simple strategies. And try the same thing with dancing. Do it alone. Whenever you get free time, me time, just dance. Play some good music. Like I'm listening to this track these days, Joker track. Have you watched this movie Joker? Joker. I'm listening to this track. Oh my God. This track is just amazing. Takes me to the highest level in my mind. I feel enlightened. So I just dance like crazy. Even if my kids watch, no problem. And at times I video record myself. I'll soon share with you. I'm just waiting for the mask of Joker. I want to dance. It's okay to be stupid at times, no problem. All these sophisticated people who want to create impression, they have doomed the world. Okay, continue. Let's continue. So our next step is, instead of yelling, I deserve better. So many people keep crying, keep complaining. Oh my God, I deserve better. Oh my God. No, you just do better than you do. Outwork yourself. That's it. As I've been saying repeatedly, confidence comes by taking action. Just outwork yourself. I'm going to tell you the plan, how you're going to outwork yourself. Just outwork yourself. Once you're done writing this, I'll tell you one strategy. This is called teeny tiny habits. Teeny tiny habits. Let's say somebody wants to start doing push-ups, right? Now, if your goal is of 10 push-ups or 15 push-ups or 20 push-ups, it might look like a Herculean task. Oh my God, 20 push-ups? I don't know how to do it, right? We go to a gym. What our gym coaches say most of the time, not all the coaches, but most of the coaches, do 5 push-ups, 10 push-ups, 15 push-ups, 20 push-ups. Then we are not able to do it. We feel inferior. We quit the gym. We also do this. Idea of teeny tiny habits. Whosoever introduced it is a wonderful idea. This works for me. This is going to work for you. You don't know how to do push-ups? Just one push-up every day. For 1 day, for 2 days, 3 days, 7 days, 8 days, 10 days. After 10 days or 12 days, you're going to say to yourself, what the hell, man? Just one push-up I've been doing for 10 days? Let's make it 2. Now imagine after 6 months, if you continue this teeny tiny habit, after 6 months, you might achieve more. And you can continue this with everything. Let's say you don't like reading books. 1 sentence, 2 sentences, 1 page, that's it. Your goal is to read 1 page. That's it. No big goal. Just read 1 page from a book. Nothing else. Teeny tiny habits. Continue this. Even the one, if you think that 1 page is a big thing, perhaps half page, perhaps 2 sentences, perhaps 1 paragraph. Teeny tiny habits. Just start with something. Now what I do, how I outwork myself. First, teeny tiny habits, because if you're getting the sense of achievement every day, you tend to be more confident, feel more confident about yourself. Like, I've been achieving many things. Okay, I've achieved many things in this week or in the present day or in a month. That brings confidence. So teeny tiny habits, that's my strategy, and 2 more strategies. The moment I wake up, from this waking up period to shower period, I do 2-3 productive things. First, I either listen to Audible or I read a book for 15-20 minutes. That's it. 15-20 minutes. I want to learn something interesting before I get ready. First target achieved. Second target, I might go for a walk. Or if I don't feel like going for a walk, I can do something else. Perhaps jumping jacks, or perhaps walking for 10 minutes. That's it. Teeny tiny habits. Second thing achieved, at least you have the sense of achievement. okay, at least I've walked for 10 minutes. I'm still better than those people who are not even trying. So this gives this sense of confidence. Third thing, I check all the mails and I try doing my office work. And I try to devote 15, 20, 25 minutes. That's it. जो भी 20-25 मिनट में ऑफिस वर्क हो जाए, I try to do that. Of course, ऑफिस जाके भी काम करना है. But ये 3-4 अचीवमेंट उठते ही अगर हो जाती है, start feeling better. Oh my God. But we do the opposite. What we do? We linger on important things towards the end of the day. पहले उल्टी सीधी गंदी मंदी चीजें कर लेते हैं. फेसबुक पे नोटिफिकेशन चेक कर ली, कमेंट्स चेक कर लिए, इंस्टा पे किस हॉटी का पिक आया वो देख लिया, ठीक है, ट्विटर पे किसने नया आउटरीच मचाया वो देख लिया, या न्यूज देख ली, या और लिंगर ऑन कर देते हैं इंपॉर्टेंट चीजों को. हाउ अबाउट डूइंग इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स इन द बिगिनिंग, एटलीस्ट फ्यू इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स, टीनी टाइनी थिंग्स. दैट्स इट. यू गेट रेडी, यू गो टू ऑफिस. कुछ तो ऑफिस में भी करोगे, हल्का फुल्का 2-4 चीजें सारा दिन में. in the entire day you have done 2, 3, 4 things. That's it. अब मेरे 2 रिचुअल हैं. एक तो अर्ली मॉर्निंग उठते ही I want to do 3, 4 important things. एक सोने से पहले I want to do 2, 3 important things. I use the same strategy before I go to bed. I read, or I listen to Audible, or I walk, or perhaps both. Then I try making some plans, so I jot down some ideas. So I have this ritual in the morning and in the evening. Morning, evening. ये तो हो गया continuous ritual, teeny tiny habits. Then if you're able to do more things in the day, you're outworking yourself. If you continuously outwork yourself, you have no idea you'll be able to achieve so many things in 2, 3, 4 months. You have no idea. And this gives us great confidence. These are the simple strategies. Perhaps most of us know, but how many of us follow? That's the question. We know so many things, but are we executing? Because executing is the mother, is the father of all success formulas. Are we executing? No. So these teeny tiny habits, the sense of outworking yourself, then at times I live spontaneously. कुछ बहुत ज़्यादा कर दिया, कई बार entertain yourself. At times, just live spontaneously. To balance this charm of life. Life में charm भी बना रहता है. But if you're doing something productive or interesting, तो charm वैसे ही बना रहता है. But you can live spontaneously at times. So instead of yelling, I deserve better, do better than you do, outwork yourself. At least once or twice a week. If not every day, at least once or twice a week, and follow these teeny, tiny habits. This will change everything in your life, these teeny, tiny habits. Okay, so next is Chatterbox, evil voice. Chatterbox, Chatterbox, tap, 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 Chatterbox, Chatterbox, Chatterbox. I wanted to skydive. I was all set. I was all confident. I was just swaggering. I'll do this. I'll do that. Today I'm going to show you how great I am. ये सब ground पे कर रहा था मैं. Then a small mini glider came. I said, okay, no big deal. Let's sit in the glider. Then I sat in the glider. There were 2 guys. I was there and my trainer was there. It was a tandem jump, right? So we 2 were there and there was no handle, no seat, no door in the glider. 1,000 feet, 2,000 feet, 3,000 feet, 4,000 feet, 5,000 feet, 10,000 feet. Oh my God. I started shivering. I started telling him, I want to go back. I don't want to do this. Because Chatterbox, right? Chatterbox was telling me, what the hell? Evil voice. What the hell? What the hell, man? What are you going to do? Skydive? You're going to skydive from 8, 9, 10,000 feet? Are you crazy? Are you insane? You'll die. Then my second self, no, you won't die. More people die of car accidents. You won't die of skydiving. Don't worry. You do it. It's safe. It's completely safe. Chatterbox, no. Don't do it. Don't do it. Then in fact, I listened to Chatterbox and I told this guy was Russian. I told him, I don't want to do this. I paid you money, but take me back. I don't want my money back. You just take me back. I don't want to skydive. He said, weed. He didn't know how to speak English. I said, I don't have weed. I don't smoke. He said, no, either weed or skydive. I said, I don't have weed. Then the second self, no, what the hell are you doing? You have announced in all the sessions. You have announced to all the people. Actually, I made the announcements. So are you going to Photoshop everything? Are you going to Photoshop your images, your videos that I've skydived? How are you going to face them? Come on, do it. So there was this continuous battle between Chatterbox and my second self. And finally, my second self won. I skydived. The moment I landed, it was a blissful moment. And this Chatterbox stops me everywhere. I was doing cliff jumping. This Chatterbox tried to stop me. But I am using the simple strategy. I just do the opposite. Whatever this Chatterbox says, I just do the opposite. And I do not let this second thought come. In a spur of the moment, just do the thing. Because the moment you let the second thought come, you won't be doing it. I'm talking about challenging things. The moment you let the second thought come, you won't be able to do it. And this happens with work. The moment you start Facebook without any reason, the moment you start YouTube without any reason, you'll end up wasting so much time because you listen to Chatterbox. Just do the opposite. If you just do the opposite, you'll be very confident and you'll be able to achieve many things in life. So many productive things. So Chatterbox, evil voice, I believe you have understood the idea. This brings us to our 10th point. What would a confident person do? Now you can see this guy. This guy is Rocky Saggoo, and he's trying to dance with a girl. Although he failed, the girl was about to fall. And you can see one guy standing, and he's wearing uniform behind the girl. Can you see one guy, all of you? Just give me a head nod. Okay, you can see. This guy is Russian ambassador. Russian ambassador. So I was attending this party in Russian embassy. I keep getting invitation because I have connections because of public speaking. So I keep going to different embassies for parties. So I was attending a party. I was having wine. Somebody introduced me to this girl. This girl was working for Russian embassy. I'm not sure where she's now because this is a pic of 2014. So I was drinking wine, and after the introduction, jazz music started, and she went ahead. She started dancing. And since I find jazz music really boring, so I thought of concentrating on my wine. So I was having wine, then this girl started running towards me. I thought perhaps she's coming to hug me. But no, I was unlucky. She just said, let's dance. I said, dance? I cannot dance to this jazz music. I'm a desi guy. She couldn't understand. So I was just trying to tell her, I'm a typical guy. I was born in Sikh Punjabi family, so I have been seeing Bhangra only. Duk, 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 duk. But I don't know this. She said, oh, you were saying you're a public speaker, this and that. I said, okay, let's go. So after 5 minutes, I couldn't dance, but I tried. As you can see in the pic, I couldn't dance. Then, since she was insisting, so I said, what to do, man? I want to dance. Then I thought of dancing like stupid. Then this question came. Okay, in the same situation, what would a confident person do? If confident person really wants to dance, confident person will dance. If confident person really wants to dance, right? Okay, confident person will dance. Let's dance. You won't believe I did Bhangra to jazz music. It was odd. It was idiotic in the beginning, but towards the end, it became popular. In fact, many of the guys came to me, oh, what was that? We have never seen. I said, that was the father of all the dance forms, Bhangra. So whenever I feel hesitant, I also ask, we are using different strategies. You can use one of the strategies, perhaps two strategies, perhaps third. That's why I'm telling you 13 different strategies. Now, what works for you? I don't know. What might work for you or something might not work for you. It's okay. So perhaps you can ask yourself this question, what would a confident person do? Whenever you feel hesitant, okay, what would a confident person do? Confident person, in spite of all the fears, would face it. Confident person would never hold himself back. So let's do it. The simple question might make you more confident. What would a confident person do? Now next, power poses. If our mind can help our ailing body, our body can also help our ailing mind. If a mind can shape you or shape your body can also shape your mind. I'm not joking. You should try this. Whenever you feel dejected, depressed, try this. Power poses. You can see in the pic, Wonder Woman pose, the Victor pose, the villain, the CEO pose. Just experiment this. Whenever you feel bad, listen to some good music and stand like a superhero. This is called superhero power pose. The Wonder Woman, you can see in the pic, right? Why? Because if our mind can help our ailing body, our body can also help our ailing mind. These power poses really help. Just before important critical situations, you can try it. Amy Cuddy also said the same thing. She said, if your mind can shape body, your body can also shape your mind. And that's true. I've tried this so many times. So you can also try few power poses. Power poses really help. Abhi, we laughed just few minutes back. And you saw, the moment you laughed, your mental state was better. It was proof. The moment you do exercise, your mental state becomes better. It's a proof. So it means your body can shape your mind. We have been discussing all these strategies so that you could use few strategies. Why? Because if you're confident, you'll be able to achieve so many things you want to achieve in life. That's why we are discussing this. This brings us to our 12th point, what if and so what scenario. Now, what if is a mind killer in terms of fear situations. What if I get rejected? What if people make fun of me? What if I forget my content? What if this happens? What if that happens? Then I immediately tell myself, so what? People are going to make fun of you. At least somebody's laughing because of you. They're not crying. They're laughing. No problem. Let them laugh. So what if I forget my content? At least I'm trying. I'm better than those people who are not even trying. So what? Let's do it. So what helps me big time? As you can see in these 3 picks, in first pick, I'm giving a speech plus I'm running. So I ran there in the auditorium. This is an auditorium outside somewhere. So I ran there while giving a speech. I was supposed to run in the middle of speech for 2-3 minutes. That's what I did. And in the second speech, I'm doing a weird dance. That was a challenge for me. I accepted the challenge. I always accepted weird challenges because I love it. So I'm doing a weird dance. And the third pick, you can see, I'm skydiving. And here's the guy, the culprit who was asking for the weed. Can you see the guy on my back? This guy was asking for weed. It's okay. So our last point of the day, the most important one. You will never change your life until you change something you do daily. That's absolutely right. The secret to your success and confidence is found in your daily routines. The secret to your success and confidence is found in your daily routines. You don't show me your friends. You just tell me your daily routines and I'm going to tell you how successful you're going to be. I'm not joking. Everything, all the success formulas are hidden in execution and daily routines. It means executing daily routines. Brick by brick, you build yourself because we haven't seen the future, right? Whatever we plan for the future, something comes up, like virus has come up. Perhaps in the future, some earthquake might come up. But what we have, the present moment, or everyday success, or daily routines. So if we are becoming successful on most of the days in our daily routines, it means we are doing good in life. We are becoming more confident. We are achieving more things because success and confidence, these 2 things are hidden in your daily routines. You just tell me your routine. I'll tell you how successful you're going to be. Simple. That's it. If somebody has a confusion, I'm here to answer. Ask me your questions.